at Drake in the Missouri Valley Conference. And here we go. Mountaineers home whites. Pokes in the visiting orange unis. And underway for Morgantown, home team, first half court possession. Small runs the show. 19+ points a game. County. So Powell, the freshman. Harris on a bounce. Andre receives and is shoved from behind.
Well, I thought that was great rotational help by Oklahoma State. West Virginia runs a lot, and I mean a lot, of middle ball screen action. And I thought, I don't know, looked like Jennings was there in time.
Junior Ford transferred Texas Tech. 10 points for him. Big 12 opener against Houston, where Oklahoma State was shut down. Only scored 47 points, 30 under their per game average.
It does tend to happen a lot when you play the Houston Cougars.
The best teams nationally. Field goal defense, scoring defense. Small 10 to shoot. On a bounce handle for Andre right in the paint. The big man from England. Here's Small up top. Bumped after the shot, hits a three. Had a great start tonight for the leading scorer in the Big 12.
He's about 36% from three, and catch and shoot from the top of the key. Too much space. You have to crowd him, Dave Ryan.
We talked to him yesterday. Said, I know a couple guys on the OK State roster, but it's about winning here. Trip foul call early against Powell.
Just really nice patience by Eduardo Andre. He didn't have what he loved, so he waited, was patient, looked for the best score in the Big 12, and you can see Small easily could have been an and one. Smooth looking energy transfer on that shot.
Speaking of transfers from Illinois, Sincere Harris knocks that out of bounds. And Oklahoma State retains possession here, 8-4. Overall in the year for the Cowboys, the loss at home in Stillwater against Houston to start Big 12 play. 20 Big 12 games this year. A monster 16-team league. 5 teams this week ranked in the AP Top 25. Mountaineers win today. Yeah, you're right. Mountaineers win today. They should be ranked in the next poll.
That actually should have been a foul on Sincere Harris when Brantley was trying to cut through the lane, come off a pin down. It's going to be physical. This is Big 12 basketball.
Message from Steve Lutz, our meeting with him last night. Have not put together a 40-minute game yet. 2-man game here. Andre on a bounce for Small. Bryce Thompson has the steal. And it comes the way to Jennings the second. Khalil Brantley, transfer from LaSalle. A big star in the A-10 there the last 2 years. Led them in scoring. Small, here's the pick. Here's the run out. Blocked. Thompson and company. Andre recovers, lefty layup for the big guy. Cruises in off the glass for 2.
Andre just does so much all the time. Always looking to make the right play. That's a good driving kick. Got to finish those.
Usman, 5th-year transfer. 3rd stop for him. Can't convert.
Don't need to shoot that baby runner, right, Dave? We talked with Coach Lutz about that. You got to step in and either attack with a strong layup or go up and dunk it.
Small is so active. Fires a 3 short this time. And Abu Usman. 6'10", 245. 5th-year big man has the rebound defensively for Oklahoma State. Out of bounds here.
Yesterday in practice, Coach DeFries says we have to be patient in the half court. Slow down against that pressure and be timely with your passes.
Usman can't finish. Followed there by Hansberry back onto the court for the Mountaineers. Missed the last 2 games. The ankle injury against Mercyhurst and a reach and a call there against Jamyron Keller. Well, Oklahoma State picks up his first.
It's not just off of makes. This is what Oklahoma State is going to do. They are looking to attack and press off of makes or misses, meeting the basketball. You hear coaches, I mean, even in middle school and high school, you hear them talk about all the time about meeting the pass. It's a good job by Hansberry stepping into that.
Powell. Corner 3 ball, can't convert. Hansberry off the bench. Here's Harris. Lefty 3, too strong, back iron miss. Thompson rebound run out of Oklahoma State. Spin cycle through traffic. Loose change for Small. 3 turnovers for the Cowboys here early going first half. O'Connell lost the handle and got held in the paint.
O'Connor over-dribbled there. He had Powell in the left corner, wide open for just a quick swing pass. If you take care of the ball, Dave, in that transition, because you know Oklahoma State, they're going to take chances. They want steals, they want deflections, they want to cause chaos. If you can mitigate that chaos, that extra swing pass, corners will be open against that press.
Brantley Thompson, partner, out for Oklahoma State. Arturo Dean in. Talked about him, top of the broadcast. FIU transfer. Led the nation in steals a year ago. Sees the court for the first time along with Brandon Newman for Oklahoma State. Jennings runs the court. And one. Jennings, the second chance for a three-point play for the transfer from Texas Tech.
That is everything that Oklahoma State wants to be this season. Turnover, get out and run your lanes in transition, find the open man, and then attack the rim. One thing that Oklahoma State does exceptionally well is getting to the free throw line. They take over 25 free throws a game, 14th most in the nation.
Jennings started last year. Texas Tech NCAA tournament team does complete the three-point play. Quiets the big crowd here at the Coliseum for now.
Watch number 2, Arturo Dean, and his ball pressure, his activity.
Powell playing beyond his years for Darren DeVries. Off to a great start for the youngster, O'Connor. Here's Hansberry. Too strong on a three. Left that Mercyhurst game with an ankle injury 18 seconds in. 2 games back for the Mountaineers. Good cleanup, though. O'Connor's got his first 2 of the game. Travel, Oklahoma State, some problems there. Get across the half-court line for Dean and company. And Steve Lutz sees a bad mistake.
O'Connor just did so much on that possession. First, he had a nice driving kick opportunity after analyzing where the double team was coming from. Gets the offensive rebound. Patience, little baby hook. Big fan of Toby O'Connor's game. He doesn't get enough credit for all the things that he does that don't show up in the box score.
Hansberry trying to get set up, left of the paint, low left block there. And Small couldn't quite find him. Well, there's 3 offensive rebounds, 4 second chance points early. Here's Sincere Harris, floats but short, front iron miss. And Usman has a rebound. Dean needs to provide some energy off the bench for Oklahoma State. They'll play 11 guys today. Steve Lutz told us last night we have not found that winning combination to get us through all 40 minutes of a complete game yet. Here's O'Connor.
If I was a player coming off the bench, I would be smelling, what an opportunity for me to get playing time. Coach isn't sure what the lineup is yet. I'd be bringing energy, toughness, physicality off the bench.
Usman way short. O'Connor battle baseline, finds Hansberry, and Small will walk it across the timeline here. That one's cooling off, 1 for the last 7 after the good start. Small, 19+ points a game for Harris. Make it 1 for the last 8. Lead continues to be on the hoop here for WVU. Timeout at Morgantown underway. Big 12 showdown on CBS Sports Network. Darren DeVries, Steve Lutz head-to-head.
Oof. Into rescreen action. Sometimes the simplest action are the ones that give you the most confusion. Their goal was to put Hunter Dickinson in a no-win situation. They did it over and over and over again. Javon Small comes off a ball screen. He knows that he's coming right back because he wants to pull the defense away from the rim. KJ Adams gets pulled above the three-point line as well, which left open driving lanes and open passing lanes. They were carving up Kansas's half-court defense, especially in the second half, in a way that we just weren't expecting.
We saw Oklahoma State players, elevator today, team hotel. I said, hey guys, top key. They said ball screen defense. We've got to be good against the Mountaineers. The 2-man game, especially Small, Andre, or Small, whoever the big man is on the court for WVU. Here's Dean. Sumlick into the game for the first time, former WVU player, returning to Morgantown, played here for 2 years. Devo Davis. Sumlick baseline with 5 to shoot, knocked out of bounds. O'Connor, good defense 4.6 on the timer.
You mentioned Devo Davis. He's certainly a player that can get going for Coach Lutz, and they're waiting for him for his game to get back. I don't think they're expecting him to be the player he was a couple years ago, but getting close to that is going to add just extra firepower and much-needed firepower to Oklahoma State's offense.
Newman from deep. Too strong, so make a hand on it. And Andre, who's been outstanding the last 2 games. Lansbury briefly back on the court for the Mountaineers, coming off the ankle injury 2 games back we talked about. Andre's been the man stepping up. A.J. Tenner, freshman, Tennessee High School State Player of the Year, on the court for the Mountaineers for the first time. O'Connor up top. Tennis shoot. Is Sifu, former Kansas Jayhawk. Played great Tuesday in Lawrence. A couple of huge threes for him in that game. Miss O'Connor, Newman the fake. On a bounce. Something can't hit. Both teams ice cold here. On the rebound, a foul. Chichi Avery to the free throw line here for Oklahoma State. Former Mountaineers something. Former Cowboys small. They flip-flop here today. And as we talked about, Mike, Javon kind of downplayed that in our meeting with him after the team practice yesterday. He's like, hey, only 2 guys are back from last year's team. Not many dudes from the current roster. To me, it's just a game, and he wants to win.
No question about it. I mean, that was actually Coach DeFries. He told us yesterday, he goes, you know, when I was recruiting Javon and Small in the transfer portal, he couldn't care less about what his role was going to be on the team. He said, Coach, I just want to win. And West Virginia had to start from scratch. They had nobody on the roster. And Coach says, well, how am I going to win if you don't have anybody on the roster? And Coach DeFries says, well, we got one. My son, Tucker, who's a pretty good player. Yeah.
Transfer from Drake.
And you 2 guys together, we're going to build around that. And that was ultimately the selling pitch. And Javon Small has fit this offensive culture and system perfectly so far this season.
Good defense. The tie-up. Sifu, Dean, head-to-head. After an intense glare right in front of us. A little relaxation after that. Tucker DeVries, by the way, is still out indefinitely. Not sure when he'll return. Missing his 5th straight game today. 2-time Larry Bird Award winner for Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Year at Drake. He's a big star for the Mountaineers. And the fact they've won 6 straight, 4 in a row, maybe 5 today without him, is pretty incredible. Newman on bounce. Into the paint. Spin. 3+ minutes, no field goals, Oklahoma State. Can Powell get going? Nice hesitation and a bump.
I really like Powell's game. I've liked him from the beginning of the season. I thought he's really smooth and patient. He's got a high IQ.
Davis transfer from Arkansas, played there for 4 years. Former All-SEC defensive member, trying to get going at Oklahoma State. New players, new roster, a lot of fresh faces. Steve Lutz has done that as Andre travels 2 years in a row. Texas A&M, Corpus Christi, 2 NCAA tournament bids, Southland Conference champs. And then last year, Western Kentucky Conference USA, 1 year, won the title, and took the Oklahoma State job.
And really had a monumental task of rebuilding an entire roster. And he found pieces in the portal, and he's still trying to find the right lineup combinations for his squad this season.
Something gathers.
Good ball fake.
Andre fouls him. And the former Mountaineer will head to the free throw line and shoot a couple. Against Houston, we talked about almost 30 points under their per game average. All season lows, some of the lowest numbers, unfortunately, in a long time for Oklahoma State basketball in that home loss in Stillwater against the Cougars. But Houston is a lockdown defensive team, one of the best in the nation.
But there were times where they had 6 or 7 minutes against Houston where they looked really good. I mean, really good. It's just adding up over the course of time where you can't have 3 excellent minutes and 3 bad minutes. And that's what Coach Lutz is trying to figure out. When and how can we put together 40 complete minutes? Because they've got the speed, the athleticism, and the depth to press for 40 minutes, cause havoc, cause steals. And they don't have the 3-point shooting, but you can still win games if you commit to going hard for 40 minutes. They just haven't done that yet this season. There's been 36 minutes, 37 minutes, but not a complete game just yet.
26% from the field against Houston. Worst at Oklahoma State in the shot clock era. It's been a minute. And trying to improve on that today. 2 fouls. Call number, that's Dean. Pick it up. Sorry, number 2. His first of the game here today.
Yeah, Oklahoma State, they only make about 6.5 threes a game. That's last in the Big 12. But they're top 15 in the country in free throws attempts per game. But in order to get to the free throw line, you have to be aggressive attacking the rim. You can't settle for little shots inside the paint. You've got to get to the rim, attack the backboard, attack the glass.
Newman fouls Yasifu from beyond the arc.
Foul is called on number 6, Brandon Newman.
It's just something that West Virginia does. You know, whether they're in the ball screen or not, they're going to drive and kick, draw additional defender, kick out for threes. They want to take threes. They want to shoot threes. And they make about 10 threes a game, third most in the Big 12. And what also helps is they're a good three-point shooting team, which I just mentioned, and they're a really good free throw shooting team. They're over 77% from the free throw line as a team. Top 35 in the country. If you make a lot of threes and you make your free throws, wow, boy do I sound smart in saying that West Virginia's offense is going to be good. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
A lot of substitutions here. Steve Lutz still experiments trying to find that winning roster for his Cowboys. Zumlik is out. Mountaineers won for the last 9 from the field. Before the 3 free throw attempts there for Yasifu, only hits 1. A transfer from Washington State, Kansas, and Drake. He played there for Darren DeVries in Des Moines last year in the Valley. Roster renovation each side here. Tough shot off the glass. Brantley can't hit. Rebound for Parker.
Great defense by Tenor guarding that zoom action.
Tipped out of bounds. Officials confer when we return. Oklahoma State
fall backwards.
Antonio Petty, Tyler Crump, Chris Passy, our on-court officiating crew here today. Big 12 action. Oklahoma State has not scored in about 5 minutes. Mountaineers not a field goal in 4+ minutes. So something Mike O'Donnell's got to give.
Oklahoma State shooting 10% from the field. West Virginia only 25.
Here's Thompson. The numbers go down again, unfortunately. Sincere Harris, the rebound and run out. Plays catch with Tenor. Hansberry, good position down low, and a foul's call. Looks like Chi Avery behind him. Lost his spot there.
It was a nice duck in by Hansberry, who always does an excellent job of sealing the defender, the tag help defender, to establish position. He's not the biggest front court player. He's only 6'8", but he plays wide. And when 6'8" players play wide and they play strong, it's like you're going against a player who's 6'10", because Hansberry knows how to take up and keep space.
Devo Davis, partner, did pick up that foul. 5th-year guard transfer from Arkansas has got 2. The first player in the game today with 2 personals. And 1 more here for Hansberry, transfer from Illinois. Team's 3rd leading scorer and leading rebounder back on the floor for the Mountaineers. Hits 2. His presence certainly important.
He's an 81% free throw shooter. You know, the more that Hansberry's at the line, the better for West Virginia.
Usman, Avery, Myron Keller and company have really struggled. Loose for 2, Abu Usman. His first field goal, 6'10", 245. Out of Brooklyn. Much needed basket for Oklahoma State. 1 for their last 8. Can the Mountaineers get going? Jonathan Powell from deep. Freshman 11 against Kansas Tuesday night. And that resounding upset win against number 7 KU at Fall Gallant. First in 12 wins all time for WVU on the road in Lawrence. Defensive glass for Small. 3rd stop for him. 3-ball for him. Top of the key for 3. Former ECU Pirate, Oklahoma State Cowboy, now Mountaineer, and having a great year in the Big 12. Steve Lutz has seen enough. Timeout, Oklahoma State. 10 points. And lighten up the Coliseum. A lot of energy in this building after a couple triples.
And Javon Small gets the hockey assist, able to thread that needle, and then that's too easy. You're coming off a high ball screen, kind of a semi-drag and semi-transition. Javon Small is so good in scoring off a ball screen action. One of the more efficient ball screen scorers in the country.
6-0 Mountaineer run. The last 40 seconds or so, Arturo Dean, former FIU Panther. Conference USA Defensive Player of the Year, All CUSA his time in Miami for Jeremy Ballard.
Just needs something at the rim here.
Need a spark. Bryce Thompson.
Good defense, wow.
Dean 5 to shoot. Fakes a 3 on Powell. 2 to shoot. Here's Dean. Shot clock violation. Great half-court defense for the Mountaineers. Had 4 first half turnovers for the Pokes.
And watch Jonathan Powell. Dean is lightning quick, hands, feet, staying locked in. Doesn't leave the feet on the ball fake. Textbook on-ball defense by Powell.
Runner short this time. Tanner can't hit. From deep, Powell again. Back-to-back jacks from 3. Jonathan Powell's been hot. Up top, a miss. Now the struggles continue for Jennings the second. Usman, way short. Stick back, another miss for Jennings. The last 2 games, partner, Oklahoma State is 16 of 70 from the field combined. They've got to turn things around quickly here. Down 13. The Mountaineers so successful in this building. Trying to win for a 7th straight time this season. Small left alone. That's just too easy. And a technical.
Jonathan Powell got teed up. Was having an excellent first half. An excellent first half, and then must have said something after that bucket.
A little too much on the celebration. And Thompson for Oklahoma State shoots the Tex here for the Cowboys, and it's been that kind of day. Nothing going the Cowboys' way here. 2 for 16 from the field, 0 for 5 from 3. 2 of the 6 points from the line. Thompson does hit the second.
Eduardo Andre and Toby O'Connell check in for the Mountaineers.
And here's Powell, right at the top. And must have says something. He puts his hands up and says something at the Oklahoma State bench.
All right, Jester gets a tech. And the free throw for Thompson breaks a 12-0 Mountaineer run here. Jennings the second accompanying, trying to operate here with some action. In the half court, gets something going. 15 to shoot for Dean. Back in for Jennings. The collapse, triple team, 5 turnovers for Oklahoma State. Here's Small again. Short this time, going for a 4-3 first half. O'Connell offensive rebound, fresh 20 here for the home team.
So smart. That is the type of stuff that James Harden does, that Damian Lillard does. Baiting the defender, seeing his hand outstretched, goes up to shoot. He knows if he pulls his hands right through the defender's arms, he's going to get the foul called. High IQ play from the best scorer in the Big 12.
3 free throws here. Newman's got his second. And we spoke with Javon after the Mountaineer practice here yesterday. Said, yeah, Damian Lillard, one of my favorite players. Kyrie, likes to watch a lot of guys. Fred VanVleet, one of his faves. And you can see a little bit of each of those NBA stars in his game. This guy's a pro, right?
It's pretty close right now. I mean, he's playing as good as any scoring point guard in the country. 6'3", but but he can score at all 3 levels. That's why anytime you hear a 3-level score, what that means is he's smart in attacking the rim and getting to the free throw line because he's an elite free throw shooter. In the mid-range, he's got a very capable mid-range jumper and floater game, and he shoots 36% from 3. So that's all 3 levels in the half court that you have to worry about. He's a scatter report nightmare.
Top of every scout that every team plays, including Oklahoma State. Talked with Steve Watts last night. His first concern was Small and how to limit him in this game. Hasn't happened yet. It's got 12 points. Jennings lost another turnover. Small held the pad. Easy hammer. Timeout, Oklahoma State.
Averaged 55 wins the last 2 seasons at Drake, and I loved watching his teams play. Just high IQ, so efficient and fundamental in the half court, and he's got West Virginia playing at an elite level in year 1.
28 wins for Drake last year, 16 in the Valley. And back to the NCAA tournament. Every year in Des Moines, he won 20-plus games. Now leading the Mountaineer program. Big jump up to the Big 12. Offensive foul. Chi Avery, the 5th-year forward, picks it up for Oklahoma State.
This is KJ Tenor, the freshman, going on Chi Avery, who's 6'8". KJ Tenor is 6 foot. I'm a big fan of what KJ Tenor is going to become for Darren DeFries in West Virginia. A combo guard out of Memphis, tough, physical, Tennessee's 4A Mr. Basketball. It's a good backcourt for West Virginia, Dave.
We're going to create some nightmares for the rest of the Big 12 this year. No question about that. It's Harris from deep, adding to the run. 20-1 run. The Mountaineers are running away for the Cowboys here today. Here's Dean. Can someone stop the bleeding? Kelly cannot. Long rebound for Andre. A big man at his third stop. Fresno State, Mountain West, Nebraska, the Big 10. And now in the Big 12. Foul called down low on Abu Usman.
But I want you to watch Andre here. He's going to flash. That flash changes the whole spacing for West Virginia and allows better rotations. Scoring is the meal, but spacing sets the table. And the more that you cut towards the rim and get those basket cuts, those scoring cuts, it adds so much pressure to the defense and allows the perimeter to breathe.
Andre Parker has one more free throw here. 80.6 from the field for him. A lot of point-blank dunks. 25 of 31 from the floor. 2 years Nebraska, 2 years Fresno State. Limited by a leg injury last year out of the Mountain West for the Bulldogs. He's become quite a force in the post for WV this year. Hits 1 of 2 from the free throw line, extending the lead to 31-7.
That's great denied defense by Harris.
Can't get a good look at the basket, Mike. Been lockdown defense. Chi Avery short on a 3. Rebound, foul call, push on Khalil Brantley, battling for position.
Yeah, Oklahoma State is 2 of 18 from the field. They're 0 of 7 from 3, and 3 of 7 from the free throw line. Nothing working right now for the Cowboys, and I just believe I've been in situations like this. I've played in games where you're just missing shots. You're off from 3. And Oklahoma State isn't a great three-point shooting team, but Coach Lutz knows that. I would just continue to run action. You have to get to the rim. You have to get to the rim, stop the clock, get to the free throw line, because the free throws, it's not just about finding easy buckets. It's layered, right? As an offensive player, you want to see the ball go in. You want to feel that rhythm. But it also simultaneously sets up Oklahoma State's press, which is really good. It's a very good full-court press. Really hard to press when you're not making shots.
Harris has been everywhere. Another steal. Small floats. Wasn't sure if he and O'Connor were going to go for a hammer dunk. Hit the front of the rim. Chichi Avery the other way. Can Oklahoma State get a bucket? Yes.
Basket by Avery.
A forced stop for Avery. Northwest Florida State, New Mexico State. You saw a lot at UCF in Orlando. And finally a bucket for the big man for Oklahoma State. O'Connor this time. Rebound for Robert Usman. Numbers. It's tough. Ugly for the Pokes so far. A lot of basketball left here in Morgantown to play.
Just get to the rim. Sometimes you have to put your head down and play bully ball as much as you can on the offensive end. West Virginia's defense is in denial mode, though. It's great. There's 3 on the shot clock.
Avery contested over O'Connor. He does hit a 3.
Or hit a fadeaway 3 from the left wing.
22nd triple of the year for Chichi Avery. A top scorer for the Cowboys off the bench at one time on a lot of NBA draft boards, but getting going enough as Steve Lutz would like. Chemistry is so hard to create with a roster renovation like they've had at Stillwater, but that's, as he told us last night, is the case everywhere in today's college basketball. Avery's heating up. Back-to-back threes. Darren DeVries has seen enough and takes a timeout. We're back in half a minute. Cowboys a little run here, still down 30. Making a little comeback here thanks to Chichi Avery.
That's been all Chichi Avery really in this last minute and 30 seconds. Knocked down a couple threes, gotten to the rim, jab step back 3, very smooth from a 6'8" senior. Transferred from UCF where he was the 6th man. He was instant offense for UCF last season in the Big 12. He's averaging about 12 points a game this season. Coach Lutz told us yesterday, he said, when Chichi Avery gets going, he changes our offense completely. We just need more consistency from him.
Small's been consistent, all right. To the hoop.
He's got everything.
2 off the glass again.
He's got everything in his bag, Dave.
Brantley short from deep. Sumnick, former Mountaineer, back off the Oklahoma State bench. Avery feeling it, looking for 3 in a row. Can't click this time from deep. Loose change rebound for Small.
You know the ball screen's coming again. Drags 2. Who's open? Good trap.
Small with 16 points, leads all scorers. Pass down low, an easy 2 for Powell. Off the glass and in for the freshman.
How about the pass from Hansberry?
The Cowboys need a rhythm in the half court. I'm with you. When you're struggling like this, get the ball down low, get fouls, get to the line. Avery, mid-range game, back iron miss. Sumnick a hand on it. Comes away to Small, 3-on-1 here for the Mountaineers. Easy 2 points for Harris. A textbook 3-on-1 fast break drill bucket for the Mountaineers. 38-15. WVU's hit 5 of the last 6. Battled down low and 2 for Dean.
I think Hansberry might be coming out. As Toby O'Connor checks in, Hansberry had an opportunity to contest that shot from Dean, that layup. It just didn't.
Small double-double, 16 points, 11 boards at Kansas Tuesday. Hansberry short, Powell the rebound. Harris hit his first 3 of the season here today. Have been 0 for 26 from deep. Flash 20, here's Powell. 3-4-3. Another triple for the Mountaineers. They've got 8, now 8 for 12 after a tough start. Heating up. 6-0 WVU run. Second chance points are 13-3. Chichi Avery. Not this time. And Sifu has a rebound.
Oklahoma State starting to get a couple good looks from 3. West Virginia has just been dialed in, and they're giving that to Harris. It's his second 3.
He had been 0 for 26 on the
season.
Year. You saw the scout. They played way off him from 3. Now he's got a couple of those today. Now forget the scout. Here's Brantley. One-on-one with Harris. He travels.
Yeah. kinds of wide open threes for West Virginia. 8 first-half threes for the Mountaineers. They are smooth, dialed in, and on fire.
It's a team
Story today.
West Virginia is 22nd in the nation in Ken Palm's adjusted defensive efficiency, and it's not just about blocks and steals. They hold teams to 28% from the three this season. That's top 30 in the country. And they also hold opponents to just 42% from inside the arc. That's 8th best in college basketball. We've talked a lot about West Virginia's offense leading into this game and during this first half, but their defense has been one of the best in college basketball this season. That is the true secret to the Mountaineers' success.
Give up 63.5 points a game. Kansas didn't score the first 5.5 minutes of the game New Year's Eve in Lawrence at Fog Allen, and we're down 18 points in the second half before the Mountaineers storm back. We should mention no real hangover for WVU after beating Kansas for the first time in school history in Lawrence. And Javon Small, Darren DeVries, we talked to them yesterday after the team practice. They just said, yeah, it was a nice win, but we're moving on. We have 19 league games left. Harris, big from 3. This is a long two on the baseline, can't click. Some make the rebound for Oklahoma State. Can Thompson get going? Floater, he's got 2. First field goal for Bryce Thompson.
I'm just still waiting for him to kind of explode offensively. He has the ability to get you 15, 16 a game. Spent most of the summer rehabbing a shoulder injury.
1,000 career point score. Steve Lutz told us last night, another piece that just got to get going for us. Hansberry in the corner. Not this time. How does the ankle look in your mind?
I think he looks fine. I mean, Hansberry is coming off an ankle injury, and I think he's moving fine. A lot of times when you come back from not playing and not practicing, it's less about how the injury or coming off the injury feels and what your conditioning is like. So far, I think Hansberry's looked pretty solid on both ends of the floor. I see he's coming out now. You get him, you give him 3-4 really good minutes. He comes out for a minute or two.
2 fouls, Tenor. 16 fouls, WVU here in the first half. Yeah, got to manage his minutes. We watched him in practice yesterday. Didn't look 100%, but getting closer. And in live action, Hansberry's moving a little slowly on the ankle. But nice luxury to have. You got a huge lead. And you're up 25. Work coming in. Now the lineup gradually.
And what's helped is Andre's been great. He's been just so serviceable on both ends of the floor. He doesn't make mistakes offensively. He's a tank and a low, down low defensively, rim protecting.
10 seconds here, shot clock turned off. First half for Morgantown, 10 turnovers in the first half for Oklahoma State. Here's Small with 4 seconds. Small floats, a whistle, with .4. Thompson picks up the foul. 2 free throws here for Javon Small, trying to put an exclamation point on what's been a dominant opening 20 for Darren DeVries and WVU.
Small gets the switch they wanted. They ran a guard-on-guard screen. You get the switch with a bigger defender, and you can just see his rabbit speed. Fast to slow, slow to fast, finding angles, attacking the top foot.
Small team leader, 33 minutes a game. Tops the Big 12 in scoring. Team leader in assists, in threes, in steals. Big first half, 5 for 9 from the field. Hits a couple free throws to end 20 minutes of dominance. 46-19.
They've only attempted 7 free throws.
For a team that gets to the line a lot and scores a lot from the line.
Thompson,
speaking of which, is fouled and does earn a trip to shoot 2 here.
Oklahoma State usually shoots about 25 free throws a game. And this is more of this, right? If I was just to be a very Captain Obvious here, get to the rim, right? We talked about it at halftime. I just mentioned it. You stop the clock. You set up your press. You get to manufacture easy points. And for Coach Lutz, free throws like this are an extra benefit that I've always felt as a point guard, or if you're coaching, free throws act as miniature timeouts. So setting up your defense, talking to your backcourt on what you want, what you should expect.
Thompson, perfect trip. Beginning the second half here for Oklahoma State, hits 2. Both teams coaching changes off season.
Got a little diamond and 1 3/4 court press here.
Let's see if that flips the script a bit here for Oklahoma State. O'Connor and company easily across the timeline. Solve that, no problem.
Yeah, but you got 15 seconds on the shot clock before you set up your offense. It's not always about the steal.
Harris big first half.
Good chase by Dean.
5 for Andre. 2-man game, Harris. He'll drive, float. Too strong. Rebound pulled down by Jennings the second. He gets the free throw line a lot too. 5th in the nation for 40 minutes played for Jennings the second. So let's see if that's the recipe here for a big comeback. Here's a bump foul. So Connie this time runs into Jennings the second of Oklahoma State. Tucker DeVries, this is game 5 as we talk about Mike out of the WVU lineup. Upper body injury. Mountaineers and Coach DeVries very quiet in terms of what the injury is. Wouldn't get specific with us at practice yesterday, but he's going to be out for a while, it appears.
He's just one of the best scorers in college basketball. And, you know, when you have a player like that out, it's usually next man up. And it was Javon Small clearly is taking the mantle from a scoring perspective. But you've got other guys that you're starting to see develop and get more confidence as well, as there's an offensive foul on a hook along the baseline. I think Jonathan Powell, the freshman for West Virginia, has become a real go-to scorer here. Had 11 points on the road against Kansas. Powell's got 11 this afternoon.
Speaking of whom, he's open, and Powell cans a deep shot. 3 for 8 from 3, the win in Lawrence. 4 rebounds, 2 steals, a career best for him. Freshman from Dayton. Toby O'Connor said this week in his media session, very proud of the way Powell has come along. Key minutes in Lawrence in a very hostile environment. Blocking foul called against the Mountaineers and Sincere Harris.
We're going back to this last 3. This kick right here is the key. I know that may sound very simple, but what Andre does there is he does something called a short roll. And when you short roll, you need to catch it and face up immediately. You might have a mid-range jumper, but you usually have a kick out on strong side, ball side, for 3. It was excellent awareness by Andre.
Thompson, front arm miss on a 3. Jennings the second. As the rebound, fresh 20 on the baseline. Out battles Andre for the offensive glass.
O'Connor is everywhere defensively.
Usman can't hit. He has had a tough game so far. 1 for 7 from the field. Does have 4 rebounds for Oklahoma State. And just 2 points so far for the big man.
It's a good look, Dave, right? You got it about as deep as you possibly can around the rim. Just have to convert.
Small toss yesterday, still trying to find his complete game. He's been pretty outstanding. Double-double at Kansas on Tuesday. And the leading Big 12 scorer we talked about as the fouls called down low against Oklahoma State. His desire to win is something Darren DeVries was so impressed with when he brought him over from Oklahoma State. And he downplayed the game against Kansas too. Javon Small did yesterday.
He had a pass in that ball screen, rescreen action with his left hand that I asked him about, and he was like, yeah, that's just a regular pass for me.
It was a pretty great pass, actually. Tomorrow morning, 8 Eastern, get up with your favorite Gridiron group, and they deliver the latest highlights and analysis, all leading up to NFL Week 18 action. Watch another pregame show here on CBS Sports Network. My Vikings, the Lions, tomorrow night for the top seed of the NFC.
Your Vikings.
Skull.
Is that what they say?
That's what they say.
It's chilly up there, no?
Big pregame tradition. Blow the big horn. Icelandic thing. I'm nervous, Mike. Very nervous about that one.
I could tell.
Here's Dave. Great games coming up on CBS, of course, as well tomorrow. Brantley bumps. Harris got a piece of him. And Antonio Pace says not enough for a foul. It's out of bounds. 12 turnovers for Oklahoma State. Darren DeVries told us yesterday, very competitive with Steve Lutz. Good friends, but no texting, no calling. Coach Lutz did send Darren DeVries a quick note after the Kansas win. That was about it in terms of contact between the former colleagues at Creighton. It was all Mountaineers today. Bragging rights, at least for the one regular season matchup, it appears. Here's Harris, nice fake. And he's held on the way to the basket.
Jonathan Powell has 14 points this afternoon. 4 of 5 from a three-point line. Now, Powell is just a freshman, and we're starting to see glimpses of what he can become. He's over 35% from three. Went to Centerville High School in Dayton. He was Ohio Player of the Year. This young man had offers from Alabama, Cincinnati, Illinois, Michigan State, Notre Dame. Pretty strong list coming out of high school. He was actually originally committed to Xavier at one point. What I love about Powell's game, super low turnover rate. He doesn't make mistakes when he's in there offensively.
Says a lot for a freshman.
Yeah.
Starting for Tucker DeVries, out for a 5th straight game with the undisclosed upper body injury.
Both freshmen. KJ Tenor has been really good this season as well. Tenor was originally committed to Duke, followed the freeze to West Virginia.
Tennessee High School State Player of the Year. There's a lot of POIs on your roster. Freshmen know how to win. It makes a big difference. Usman rebound. The miss from Keller. And a stick back for 2.
Yeah, just more of that. Usman has the ability to finish consistently around the rim. And that time, that was a little bit of grit. Something that we just haven't seen from the Cowboys in this game. And I'm always cautious about saying that. Because I never like disrespecting players ever, but I think there's really only been one guy for Oklahoma State that is bringing toughness and grit defensively, and that's Arturo Dean. He's chasing screens, trying to fly around, get deflections. You saw him right there. Try to disrupt that pass.
Small for 3.
Need more of that, Dave.
I'm with you. More intensity. Didn't see a lot of that in the first half.
Oh, smooth.
O'Connie, too strong. Look at Andre's hustle. Speaking of want to, trying for a fresh 20 on the shot clock. Tie up arrow, and the Mountaineers keep it here. Timeout in Morgantown. It is all the home team so far. Big lead over Oklahoma State.
Drive. Pulling into WVU Coliseum. This place is beautiful. There isn't a bad seat in the house. Everyone's a chair back. Student section's great. I absolutely fell in love with this place as soon as I walked in. It just felt like college basketball history.
Nice. Hansberry, well said, partner. On a good feed, high-low from small. Mountaineers about to be 8-0 at home, by the way, this year. They've done so well here over the years. Dean with a drive and score for Oklahoma State.
There's a little bit of that tempo and that grit by Arturo Dean.
You take your selfie with the Jerry West statue? I did for social yesterday. Hot Rod Hundley's right outside the entrance. 2 Mountaineer legends. Unfortunately lost Jerry West this past summer. All Mountaineer athletic teams wearing number 44 in his honor, his jersey number on their unis. Here's Powell, head of the pack block. Guess who's there to clean it up? Small again for 2 more. He's got 26 rebounds, 3 assists today. He has been omnipresent. Usman free for 2. Didn't hear the carrier dome on your references.
Oh, did you go to Syracuse? Are you a play-by-play guy who went to Syracuse?
Wireless dome.
I had no idea.
Some of us just say carrier.
Oh, excuse me. I've never had a chance. I've never been fortunate enough to play there, actually, but could have put a lot of places on that list. College basketball, there's nothing like a college basketball home atmosphere.
Thompson in the corner, lines up a 3, but can't hit. Usman offensive rebound and a stick back for 2.
He's been more active, more aggressive around the rim.
6 20-point games on the year now for Small. We'll extend on that. with his next hoop. Good feed, O'Connor. Read the defense well, can't finish on the reverse layup. Really good action on the half court for the Mountaineers. Small is a weapon. Usman continues a really good second half for Oklahoma State.
And Chichi Avery drew an additional defender, drew a double team, found Usman underneath the rim, smooth.
8 of his 10 have come in the second half, along with 7 rebounds. So timeout for Darren Breeze in West Virginia here in Morgantown. Home crowd, sellout crowd. The Coliseum got to be happy, and the half-court offense been outstanding for WVU.
A staple of modern basketball offense is zoom action. Setting the screen, coming off a pin down into a dribble handoff. You'll see Javon Small comes off the pin down, gets the dribble handoff, draws 2 defenders, sees the pocket pass open, waits, holds it just long enough, and throws an absolute dime for the bucket. Javon Small is more than just an elite scorer. He is an elite basketball player. I'm telling you, Dave, his passing, his scoring, his defense, we need to be talking about all-American potential for Javon Small this season. We do.
Here's Tenor. The freshman Mike talked about, been outstanding this year for Darren Breeze. Small's gone over 1,000 career points. That happened in the last home game against Mercyhurst pre-Big 12, and was honored pre-game with a special 1,000-point commemorative ball. Kick out this time picked up by Chichi Avery. Who's open? Elects to pass something. Looking for his first points against his former team.
Flagrant.
An intentional flagrant call.
They're going to review it as well.
What level is the question?
Live, it looked like a flagrant. It's just an intentional grab. So it's not a play on the basketball, but there's nothing around the head or face. I think this will just be a flagrant 1.
Flagrant 1 assessed a moment ago by the on-court officiating crew to Javon Small. So Sumnick, 2 free throws and the ball here for Oklahoma State. Misses the first free throw. 1 more coming here. Small, 20 points, 7 rebounds. Hit all 5 free throws, 3 threes. Not much has gone wrong for Javon Small today against his former team. Next Mountaineer Sumnick hits the free throw. Ball for Oklahoma State. Small's day. Mike, what do you think?
Not too bad. All-American worthy performance again from Javon Small. He's done everything you've wanted him to do. His ability to knock down the threes, knock down 3 threes. He's got
big day for Small. A discussion about player of the year in a moment here. Get back to it. Chichi Avery up top. Can't click from 3. And Eduardo Andre has a defensive glass for WVU. 7 rebounds for Andre today. Tenor up top. From the free throw line. Might have been fouled. Andre there, picked up a loose change. Tanner shaking up and does score. And Tanner slow to get up here for WVU.
Yeah, it looked like Sumnick fell on top of Tenor. Tenor was grabbing his face, but he's up now, walking. Good sign. It's a freshman.
Media timeout in Morgantown. 57-34 lead. The home team up big. Oklahoma State, Italy's finest, battled out in the EA Sports FC Super Cup final. Don't miss as Inter battles AC Milan for this year's title. Coverage begins Monday, 1:30 Eastern on CBS Sports Network, and stream every match live on Paramount Plus. Officiating crew looking at the last foul a moment ago. Tanner was knocked down by Sumnick. Ooh. inadvertently fell on him. Mike, you're right. His leg got right to the head, though, at the end.
Yeah, Sumnick's right leg. That did not look intentional to me at all. That just looked like an awkward fall by Sumnick. Now, I don't see anything there, Dave. That was just an unfortunate circumstance.
Previous play, there's no call. Ball only in line, going to Oklahoma State.
Yeah, so nothing extracurricular there, and we just play on.
Well, Drake had one NCAA tournament appearance in the 48 years prior to Darren DeVries arriving in Des Moines. And all he did, we talked about, 6 straight 20-win seasons. 3 NCAA tournament bids. And now pointing the Mountaineers in the right direction in year 1 in Morgantown. And his son hasn't played in 5 games. 2-time player of the year in the Valley. It's amazing. Debo Davis gets some court time here for Steve Lutz. Newman in the corner. 5 to shoot. Step back. It's a 2. It's a miss. Small, another rebound. As he nears another double-double. He's got 8 boards and 20 points today for WVU.
You know what's interesting about this West Virginia team, Dave, that may seem small, but I think is a big deal. There's a lot of humility with this West Virginia team. When you talk to Coach DeVries, when you talk to Javon Small, whether it's about Javon Small's play, he deflects to his teammates. He just says it's not a big deal. When you talk to Coach DeVries about the season, he goes, we just got to keep it really simple. You know, I don't know if anybody expected us to be here, but we know how good we can be and who we are. And there's this full embodiment of toughness and humility with this roster that it's really enjoyable to watch in practice and clearly in the game as well.
Well said. Nice layup, hanging, hitting Arturo Dean for Oklahoma State. Signs of spectacularly run it. He had at FIU in Conference USA. This up top, and Connie. And Sumnick defensive glass for Oklahoma State. Seeing that on the court today, Mike, good point. Unselfish team with an elite point guard. Certainly an all Big 12 level player, if not player of the year candidate. A couple players, including Andre, slow to get up. And Brandon Newman. DeVries, just an extraordinary run after a long stint. 20 total years, GA into assistant coach. 2 coaches there in Omaha before taking over in Des Moines.
Hey, all he does is win 20 games. And obviously West Virginia's on pace to win 20 games again. Over 160 wins as a head coach. And his teams play hard. They play unselfish, and it's not overly complex, their system. They just run it efficiently. Very rarely do you see them make mistakes on either ends of the floor. They're very good at keeping it simple. Most of the time, simple wins.
Newman's 3rd foul moment ago. Oklahoma State. Here's Small in the corner. Too strong on a 3. And weak side rebound from Brantley. 3 straight overtime games. The battle for Atlantis for West Virginia had never happened in school history. They won 2 of those. Beat number 3 Gonzaga. Beat ranked Arizona at the time. Chichi Avery gets fouled on the way to the basket. And that battle for Atlantis as Harris limps off awkwardly for WVU. Really set the stage for what has been a great Mountaineer season.
It's too early to really kind of talk full resume as Harris limping off to the bench, but you got to think about West Virginia's when they're 10-2. You got top 30 net ranking. Those wins, 3 quadrant-1 wins. Gonzaga, Arizona, and then at Kansas, just a monster road W. And their only 2 losses were to Louisville on a neutral site in overtime. Louisville's a great team, and at Pitt. And Pitt is a top 20 team in the country right now. So 0 bad losses. And you can kind of go through their schedule and say, well, you know, West Virginia doesn't just look like a really good team. They are a bona fide top 25 basketball team. And they have one of the best resumes in the Big 12.
Tucker DeVries still out. 5th straight game missing here. Uzma with a nice pick. Defensively for Oklahoma State. Here's Dean running. Lefty floater before the shot. Well, foul is called. Great shot with the left on the move there for Dean.
Going from medium speed to fast speed. That's what you have to do in transition. I go faster forward than you do pedaling backwards. Most players don't even think about that. It took me a while to figure that out.
Arturo Dean at the line for the Cowboys.
Said like a true coach now, though, Mike. Got it now. Better late than never.
Now, I'm just a true washed-up player. That's what I am.
Dean misses the front on the 1-1.
Figured out all the smart stuff now when I can barely move anymore. Yeah,
at CBS Sports Network.
Barely move.
I'm glad you're with us here. 2:35 and counting. Mountaineers scoring drought. And another foul call.
Ball is whistled on number 33, Abu Usman. His third.
Abu Usman picks up his third. Fifth-year transfer. Part of the North Texas 2023 NIT championship team. A couple good years in Denton there. And a year at Xavier. Finishing up in Stillwater. Steal run out. Here's Dean again. It's where he's so effective in transition, but travels this time and turns it over. 12th of the day.
And he looks over at Coach Lutz and says, yeah, it was a travel. Picked up the pivot foot.
Bryce Thompson and Robert Jennings check back in for the Cowboys.
14 miscues for Oklahoma State at this point of the game here. Mountaineers not have the services yet of Jaden Stone, fifth-year senior, transferred to Detroit Mercy, Grand Canyon as well, from Perth, Australia. Really good scoring potential. He looked pretty good in practice yesterday, but it's still not played. The three's out. Hansberry limited. It's out of bounds right in front of us, and Mountaineers keep it.
Well, that's the second time that Oklahoma State, back-to-back possessions, that they've got traps. Got one trap in the corner against Andre, and that was a great job trapping Small, pushing him into dead man's corner, right next to the half-court line.
So not sure on DeVries. Stone should play this year. Hansberry getting back to full strength. This could be a really dangerous WVU team. Javon Small told us yesterday, we believe. Thompson open court, offensive foul, and right back to the Mountaineers. Timeout at Morgantown. WVU rolling. Great defense. Helping cause 15 Oklahoma State turnovers. All WVU today.
They were over 46% from the field in the first half. Crispness on the offensive side of the floor. Passing, cutting, screening. Everything's went well and looked good for West Virginia offensively. This is where, right now, Oklahoma State just has to be almost wild. And I'm not saying that casually. Like, you need to fly around here. I know you're on the road. I know you're down a lot. You got to get up into the ball handler. You need deflections, steals, cause any kind of havoc you can. It's not just one player. It's got to be collectively 5 as a unit. There's a little bit. Starting to get some trap. There's a deflection. That's a good defensive possession. That will be on the film session tomorrow in a positive way for Coach Lutz. You get wide, you close the gap, you don't foul, get a deflection, 12 on the shot clock, but can you do it again?
10 to shoot, Andre. Two-man game with Small.
Got the steal.
Who was 1 rebound away from a double-double, 20 points, 9 boards, and the tie-up. And the ball goes the other way here. So you're right, better defense.
Now, Oklahoma State has a long way to go, right, to catch up in this game, obviously. But with 7:32 left, I've seen it happen in games. I've been a part of games like that on both ends, where you take your foot off the gas pedal, all of a sudden the other team gets a couple steals, knocks out a couple threes. That's actually why you're hearing the Mountaineers fan base start to yell and clap, as they can sense it. It's a back-to-back. Sometimes it takes 1 or 2 defensive possessions to find a rhythm.
Harris the foul. Here's the
second
lone double-figure score along with Avery today. 5 for 11 from the field and 8 boards for Abu Usman.
Abu Usman.
Right
On the
now,
other side, Mike, sorry, I think
Yeah.
Darren DeVries will put that into the film session as well.
Yeah, no
where we
question.
sort of fell apart a little bit and gave the Cowboys some life in the second half.
And right now, Oklahoma State, for their season, they are a reactive team. If their defense is playing well, that means their offense is playing well. If their offense, if they're missing shots, then that affects their defense in a negative way. That has to change. You can't let poor shooting affect your defense, affect your grit, and affect your intensity. It's the only thing that travels, and especially in the Big 12, Dave, and you know this, you're going to miss shots on the road. You're going to miss free throws, you're going to miss layups, you're going to miss threes, but your defense and your effort has to be the same all the time. And I think Coach Lutz is still searching for that.
Agreed. All right, lane violation, WVU, so Usman does have a second crack at it. And it's the free throw. Here's a trap off the made free throw. Powell, press breaker, too strong in the floater.
That's what the press
Usman
does.
Inches closer to a double-double.
Making you take shots that you don't normally practice.
Avery has shown some glimpses of greatness here today. First half had 3 straight threes, and does a good job. Left low block, owns a trip to the free throw line. Things are improving here slightly for Oklahoma State.
Slightly, yes, but you're starting to see, cracks opening up, and that's what happens. You get traps defensively. You cause a little havoc in the full court press. You force a bad shot. You stop the clock. You get to the free throw line. What do free throws do? Easy points, an easy way to set up your press.
3 fouls on Powell, partner. And Chichi Avery, as they cut on the lead here, just under 7 to go. Hang on a second. Now down to 16. Largest lead of the day has been 28 for West Virginia. Imagine if Avery converts some pressure off the made free throw for the Cowboys. Short. Still the pressure. And Connie the rebound for WVU. Harris held. Some contact with Dean.
West Virginia, right? You're up 16. It's not, you're not pressured into like, I have to make a play. We have to do something, but you can't take your foot off the gas pedal either. And hypothetically, when you say that, what that means is don't just wait for something to happen. Run your offense. Make your scoring cuts that you were doing in the first half. That's a great look right there.
Andre can't finish. He'll try again and get fouled.
You could sense that from Coach DeVries, and he called that play specifically to find more rhythm and continuity, which had been lacking the last few possessions for West Virginia on the offensive end.
2 fouls, Khalil Brantley, the transfer from LaSalle in the A-10. And 17 fouls now, Oklahoma State second half. Andre to the free throw line. 6'11", 240 from England. He's got one more free throw coming. His 3rd start of the year today. Was out at the Battle for Atlantis against Arizona with an injury. Question now, shooting foul or common, or non-shooting. Would have been in front of the 1-on-1. Cowboys ball. Darren DeVries thought that was a shooting foul.
Certainly looked like it to me, live.
Officials disagree with all parties.
Last couple of minutes, everything going the way of Oklahoma State.
Inching back in this thing. 14-2 run, 7+ minutes. Avery, a big 3 is short. O'Connor the rebound. That would have made some noise for Oklahoma State. The screens, the rescreens. Powell not this time. Rebound for Thompson. And the Pokes on the move here. Brantley screen from Usman. Chichi Avery for three. Got it!
Here we go.
Hang on a moment now.
Here we go.
It's 13. Avery has got 3 threes in the Coliseum crowd. They thought this one was in the bank. Making some noise now.
I think Oklahoma State staff. Oh, look at the hustle from Dean. Almost got the steal. Diving steal. Good switch. That's a great switch by Avery.
Very close.
High IQ play.
Tennis shoot. Small. Pump fake.
So
left
good.
alone hits.
So good.
Mountaineers have been 0 for the last 7. Here's Dean. Blocked away by Andre. Into the crowd with a big lefty rejection.
West Virginia is 7th in the nation in shot blocks. Big reason why there is Andre coming from the weak side. Tough.
One of 9 transfers. 2 newcomers on the Mountaineer roster. Lots of new faces. Much better result on the court. Travel Usman. WVU 10 wins. That's 1 more than all last season.
And Eduardo Andre, it won't show up in the box sheet, but walling up, being tough, establishing your position.
Small takes his time, watched by Dean. Another 10 on the timer for Harris. 5 to shoot. Andre, good off-ball cut. Powell baseline and a shot clock violation. Really good half court defense, Oklahoma State.
And Powell knows it. He knows it. He put his head down in frustration because he should have taken a shot, right? Bad shots are always better than turnovers.
14 points for him, 5 for 9 shooting. Great day for WVU, the freshman.
Bucket here, Dave.
8 double-figure scoring games on the year for Powell. A big piece for the Mountaineers. Avery almost lost it. Usman baseline. Offensive foul. Got too physical with the arm. Andre's defense has been awesome.
A lot of motion here in Morgantown. Javon Small and Coach DeFreeze firing up the defense. A 3-game losing streak. This is a huge opportunity for Loyola Chicago.
All right, it's 15. Oklahoma State has flipped the script in a lot of ways here in the last 10 minutes or so. Mountaineers only 1 for their last 8 from the field. Have that huge lead. Can Oklahoma State make things interesting here in the Final Four? Let's find out.
We've got the football set up here, like you're running routes in football. A lot of college basketball teams have been doing that to face the full court press.
People pretty excited about Rich Rodriguez here in Morgantown returning as head coach. It's a big deal. And for a great run at Jack State, Conference USA champs. Saw him a lot on CBS Sports Network this year. Here's Harris for 3. Way off the mark. Out of bounds. Not close.
Oklahoma State had a 10-0 run to climb back into this. That's called a kill shot. A lot of coaches chart that. West Virginia has 1 kill shot. They had a 10-0 run in the first half. The team with at least 1 kill shot ends up winning 73% of the time, Dave. Oklahoma State trying to climb back in here. It's a tough runner.
Thompson gets the roll. So make it 13.
This is Javon Small time. You've got the lead. Your team needs more rhythm on the offensive end. Look at the double team. Throws out of it, turnover.
And Powell lost the handle on the baseline, right back to Oklahoma State here.
And Coach DeFreeze is trying to fire his guys up on the sideline right now. It's less about the offensive side, it's more about defensively. West Virginia playing on their heels a little bit. The three-quarter court press, the full court press, the run and trap for Oklahoma State, it's working.
12-2, Cowboy run, last 7.5 here to get right back in the game. Need another one here. Thompson floats. Foul. It's Powell, picks it up for West Virginia. 4 fouls on Jonathan Powell. And Thompson to the free throw line here.
Bryce Thompson at the line for the
6'6" grad student from Tulsa. 45th member of the 1,000 career point club for Oklahoma State this year. Steve Lutz wants a lot more from him and wanted that free throw, but a miss in the first. For those of you tuning in to the VCU Loyola Chicago game, you'll be able to find it streaming free on the CBS Sports app or at cbssports.com/CBSSN. And as soon as it tips off, of course, we'll get you out there immediately after the conclusion of this game in Morgantown. One more for Thompson, needs it, doesn't get it, but maybe another lane violation. Yes, second time. That's happened second half for Darren DeVries and the Mountaineers. Thompson gets another crack at it.
West Virginia has only made 1 3 in the second half. They made 8 in the first half. A lot of credit to the Cowboys defense in the second half.
Thompson shoots 81% from the line, but missed all 3. Even given the bonus free throw attempt and a lane violation, that hurts for Oklahoma State.
Yeah, Oklahoma State's 11 of 20 from the free throw line.
5 to shoot for Small. Bumped. Brantley a piece of him as he tried to separate and get off a 3.
Checks back in for the Cowboys.
Brantley foul. 1-1 here for Small.
Javon Small at free throw line for Mountaineers.
87% on the line for him. He said the environment was incredible at Kansas on Tuesday night. It was a big step as we check Mike's Player of the Year candidates. Nationally, there's some great ones. Cooper Flagg's incredible for Duke.
Oh, no question about it. One of the best freshmen in the country. Janai Bruin, the best player on the best team in college basketball. Have to give some love to Bennett Sturtz of Drake. The Drake Bulldogs, one of the best stories. Drake basketball and West Virginia basketball are the 2 best stories in the nation. I think there's going to be 2 players up for National Player of the Year. Bennett Sturtz for Drake, Javon Small for West Virginia.
Drake finally lost a game, right, this week. Have been 12-0. See them on CBS Sports Network in Peoria against Bradley coming up in a few days. Chi Avery almost gets that to go. At the end of the shot clock cycle, rattles out for Oklahoma State. Another miss that could have really made things interesting. Under 2 to go. Now in regulation, Andre for Powell. Step back for the freshman. Got it! Dagger 3 for Jonathan Powell. Chi Avery other end. Dawson to get the roll. Harris finds it in the corner. And the Mountaineers can breathe easy again. O'Connell. Knockout punch. And Steve Lutz has seen enough. Timeout, Oklahoma State. Lead back to 19. Fans can have a little more fun here at the WVU Coliseum. It's the Big 12 on CBS Sports Network, back in 30. He's on the road in Boulder, and then Houston with that lockdown defense come up as well. What a league, Mike. I mean, 5 ranked teams.
It's always loaded. And if Kansas State starts to figure it out, that's a team that's going to fight for that middle of the pack in the Big 12.
Usman misses the runner, but does follow up for 2. Continues a great second half. He's got 14 points, 10 rebounds, double-double in the game today for Abu Usman.
1 minute. 1 minute to play.
The VCU Loyola Chicago game underway. Now available streaming free on the CBS Sports app or at cbssports.com/CBSSN. We'll get you out there as soon as this game concludes here in Morgantown. A lot of life for a good segment, Mike, of the second half for Oklahoma State. So good things to take away. The end result will not be what they wanted, of course, but it's about improvement, as Steve Lutz told us last night in our meeting with him. Trying to find the right combination of players to match his style. He's got great players, just a matter of playing as a team. And not easy to experiment in this tremendous conference.
Well, it goes back to what we talked about earlier in the first half, what Coach Lutz told us yesterday. They said we just need a full 40 minutes. We haven't put it together yet from an effort standpoint, an execution standpoint. We haven't been there, and that's an awesome slip from Andre. And this West Virginia team is so good without Tucker DeFries. Connected offensively, defensively.
We saw them recently in Manhattan. We talked about the improvements they're making. Utah, along with BYU, Colorado, Arizona, on the way for Oklahoma State. Jake Howard of the game, 5th year, transfer from Rockhurst in Division III out of Clive, Iowa, will make an appearance here in the late going. Selezovich, the senior from Quebec, is set to check in as well for WVU in the final moments. Number 10 rebound game today. This is the second free throw. Jennings the second up top. Too strong on a 3. Final moments here from West Virginia. Stick back for Brantley.
Basket by Brantley.
So that'll do it. Zeros been award, 69-50, the final. Mountaineers win their 7th in a row. Now for Mike O'Donnell and the entire crew, Dave Ryan saying so long from West Virginia. It's been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, D24.